I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rukakwadash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and which taught us the truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure to the end. Shalom wa abba. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12. And the book of Corinthians is an epistle of Apostle Paul written to the Israelites in Corinth. Verse 12, it says, seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, right? We get right to the point, we make it clear, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the sons of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. So our faces, our heads are uncovered because of Yahweh Shai has came. Let me see, uncovered. Oh yeah, 2 Corinthians 11 and 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Yep. 4. It says, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven. So it'd be better if she was bald without covering her head when she prays. Alright? But that's for the elect to understand that, we're not to cover our heads or our faces when we're prophesying or praying. It says in 2 Corinthians 3, in verse 14, which that veil over Moses' face represented the veil at the temple that was torn for the Israelites. All right. It says, but their minds, verse 14, 2 Corinthians 3, verse 14, but their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in HaMashiach, which Yahweh HaMashiach, when he actually was crucified, there was an earthquake and it tore the veil of the temple, which means every Israelite, no matter what tribe, all right, is allowed to go into that temple and be near the Lord as a priest. That's why it says in, was it 2 Peter? No, it's 1 Peter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, which it was only allowed to Levi, but after the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, now all the Israelites, the men could be the priests. We have a nation of kings and priests right now, princes and priests. Soon we will be kings and priests. It says, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which Yahweh Shai is that light, which in time past were not a people, which they said we were separated. The so-called Negroes are a different nation than the so-called Latinos, all right, when in fact we are the same people, but are now the people of power, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. What is that mercy? Is you're being told the truth, all right, and you're supposed to take it and run with it. In the scriptures, it says, as you able to read, and you're able to run with it. See, it says in Romans 11, verse 7, what then Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the only ones that are going to be able to understand and run with this are the elect. The rest were blinded. All right, and that's why the song is being sung by the 144,000 elect men. All right, and the rest that believe, they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. All right. Let's get Hebrews 4, verse 16. Let us therefore come boldly, that boldly meaning being fully persuaded in our salvation through Yahushua, unto the throne of grace, which we have instruction to bring us unto that day, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need, instruction to tell you what to do, which is going to be our stability, as it says in Isaiah 33. In 5, it says, Yahweh is exalted by the elect, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness, pertaining to his elect Israelites, which were teaching. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So that's how the heart of an elect man is going to be operating, all right? And wisdom and knowledge with the judgment and righteousness of Israel as an Israelite. And this is going to be the stability of our times and strength of salvation, which it pertains to our faith. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. See, so we believe Yahweh is going to send his son Yahushua back. So we meditate on these scriptures day and night, so we may know what is required for our salvation, which, as it says, we have to endure unto the end, lawfully and faithfully. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom, ba'abah,